Shalom. Please come in and join us as we welcome in Shabbat with the words we name our show, number 7 on page 2. Shabbat Shalom once again, and welcome. Rabbi and Lindy and 28 members of our community are celebrating Shabbat in Israel this week. Yay! I'm so excited for them. And then, after they come back, Rabbi and Lindy are going to take a much-deserved sabbatical this summer. So, between now and the middle of August, our services will be lay-led. So thank you very much for coming this evening. Thank you very much to our friends at home who are joining us remotely. And we will appreciate your support throughout the summer as you see a variety of different people up on the Bima leading services. So tonight we have Jory Gwozdov, who is playing guitar and already has been able to follow me anywhere. Thank you, Jory. And Kathy Meyer is here with us this evening. And I'm Carmel Lindner. I'm the Director of Education here at Temple Israel. Each week we like to take a few moments to create a Kihila Kadosha, to create a holy community. And we do this by connecting with one another, wishing each other a Shabbat Shalom. So those of us here, I encourage you to get up out of your seats, go meet somebody new. And those of us at home, please join in the chat, wish each other a Shabbat Shalom.
We'll continue with the lighting of the candles on page 8.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu
rise physically or spiritually for the call to worship on page 9.
Yalla lie, 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 yalla lie, lie, lie. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Refu et
Adonai, Hamevorah. Baruch Adonai,
Hamevorah, Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yalla lie, 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 yalla lie, lie, lie. Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Le'olam, Le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated and join us in chanting the V'ahavta on page 10.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uv'chol
Nafshecha
uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi netzavecha hayom al levanecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'sharpecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uv'taftam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai
Elohechem.
We read together at the top of page 11. Standing at the water's edge, the sea spray on your cheek. Close your eyes and feel within the beating of freedom's drum. Listen closely on the breeze. Do you hear the music of the ages? O God, you beat the drum. You are the song. You are the wonder in each of us. With joy and awe we sing to you this song of freedom.
A bit of a learning moment. Sometimes a Shabbat candle goes out. Now, here is the teaching part. The Shabbat candles represent the beauty of Shabbat. And because they represent the beauty of Shabbat, we should not use them for work. So, if your Shabbat candle goes out, you do not want to light it using the other candle. You strike a new match. And there we go. In a traditional home, you wouldn't relight it, you would just let it be. But here, we relight.
Good to know. We continue with the Hashkivenu, Let There Be Love, at the bottom of page 12.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'shalom. Ve'hamidenu, Shomreinu L'chaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukkot shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and from life's storms.
We rise physically or spiritually for the Amidah at the bottom of page 13.
Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiftach. Ananana ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiftach. Ananana ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim Ve'konei Hakol Ve'zocher Hasei Avot Ve'ima'ot Umevi Geula Lifnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo De'ahava Melech Ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mehayeh HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Oholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Meimit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'chol yom Yehalelu Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. We continue in the middle of page 15. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu B'Amcha Yisrael U'tfilatam be'achava tikabel U'ti l'ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha Baruch atah Adonai she'ocha levadcha be'yira na'avod. Be gracious, O Lord our God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. May our worship always be acceptable to you. Modim anachnu lach, sha'atahu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Sur hayenu magen yishenu atahu ledor vador. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks.
I love that when we go through the prayers of the Siddur, it connects us to every Jew everywhere around the world. The word Siddur means order, and we do the same prayers in the same order at every Shabbat service. So you can go to services in Timbuktu, and their Siddur will have these same prayers in the same order. But I also love that our service provides a space for us to have a personal conversation with God, or a time for an inward meditation within our worship experience. So right now we take a few minutes to get off of the page and to pray our own personal prayers. And if you need a little inspiration, we do have some lovely readings on page 17. Please join us in a beautiful prayer for peace, Hapore Sukkot, in the middle of page 16.
Baruch atah, atah Adonai, Hapore Sukkot, Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, Hapore Sukkot, Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, Hapore Sukkot, Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm going to share some words, but before I do, I want to thank Rabbi Leah Berkowitz. She doesn't know me. I don't know her, but she really helped this week by sharing some really thoughtful words that inspired me to share some more personal things as well. In this week's Parsha, Shalach Lacha, God told Moses to send 12 spies into the Promised Land. After 40 days, the spies brought back a bunch of grapes so large it needed to be carried by 2 people. 10 of the spies confirmed that the land indeed flowed with milk and honey, but added that the cities were fortified and filled with enemy combatants. The 2 remaining spies, Joshua and Caleb, encouraged the people to focus on the positive. Caleb said, "Let us by all means go up, and we shall gain possession of it, for we surely shall overcome it." The first 10 spies escalated the negativity of their report, calling the people of the land Anshe Midot, people of great size, B'nai Anak, giants, and Nephilim, referring to giant creatures who existed in the days before the flood. In a final blow to the Israelites' psyche, they said, "We looked like grasshoppers to them, to ourselves, and so we must have looked to them." How did the Israelites handle this news? Not well. They felt small and insignificant. Their certainty that they would be unable to conquer the land became a self-fulfilling prophecy. How often do we, when faced with new or potentially difficult or uncomfortable situations, focus on the negative? I've been thinking about this as we prepare to open our doors to Family Promise this Sunday to our guests. I believe that in any situation, it is important to see both the possibilities and the challenges that lie ahead. We recognize that the problem of homelessness is enormous. It's unforgivable to feel as though any help we might offer is small and insignificant. It's hard to keep faith that working on such a small scale, we might actually make a difference at all. Caleb and Joshua weren't unrealistic about the challenges of the Promised Land. But importantly, they told the Israelites that it was possible to move forward anyway. They did not say it would be easy, but that it would be worth it. I think this is the power of Family Promise. We move forward anyway, despite our inclinations to keep our distance from the problems of homelessness, despite inconveniences to our congregation and volunteers, despite the truth that we make, at best, a small difference in a very large problem, we continue to move forward. With each family we host, we are offered an opportunity to remind ourselves that we have the possibility of making a difference for that family, for those children. We cannot know the measure of what the impact of meals lovingly prepared, rooms arranged with care, conversations filled with respect, and our presence will be. We have to have faith that making a positive difference for our guest families is possible. Cantor Jose Wolf writes, "As long as we see ourselves merely as grasshoppers up against giants, we will set ourselves up for failure. If we want to create anything new and enter the Promised Land, then we have no choice but to leap into the unknown, to believe in ourselves, and to trust in God's faith in us." As our 2-week rotation begins, Karma and I are grateful to all of you who have committed to participating. If you have not yet become involved in Family Promise, talk to either of us at ONIG or to Jory, and we'll share the ways that you can join in helping create a new future for our guests. Ken Yehi Ratzon. We'll continue with Seder Kiryat HaTorah on page 20. Those who are able, please rise.
And we invite Dave Newstack to join us on the bima for the honor of carrying the Torah this evening. And Yasha Koach, Kathy. Ki mitzion teisei Torah, Ki mitzion teisei Torah, Udavar Adonai Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'kedushato. Beit Yaakov lechuvenelcha be'or Adonai, O house of Jacob, come, let us walk in the light of our God. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz Chaim Ilama Hazikim Ba'Betom Hecha Merusha. Eitz Chaim Ilama Hazikim Ba'Betom Hecha Merusha. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please have a seat. So we are going to read the section about the grasshoppers. It's one of my favorite parts of Torah, so I was really excited that Kathy was talking about it this evening. And if you would like to follow along, you may do so in the large blue book called the Torah, page 1109, and I'll be starting at verse 30. And I had what I thought was a great idea for tonight's Aliyah. You know, here we are, it's Erev Family Promise, and I thought, so we'll invite up for the Aliyah anyone who has volunteered for to Family Promise or made donations to Family Promise. But before you go anywhere, as I look out in the congregation, we're all here. So I invite you to please stand in your seats. The words for the blessings are on, I think, page 22. Somebody correct me if that's wrong. And Jory and Kathy, please come and join us. And Kathy, if you wouldn't mind gabaying for me, I would appreciate it. And I'm starting somewhere around here. There. Okay.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah. Vayas Kalev et ha'am el Moshe, Vayomer alo na'aleh ve'yarashnu otah ki acholnu chal la ve'ha'anashim asher alu imo amru lo nuchal la'alot el ha'am ki chazakhu mimenu vayotzi'u dibat ha'aretz
Asher taru ota el bnei Yisrael lemor. Haaretz asher avarnu va laturota eretz ochelet yoshvehi v'chol ha'am asher ra'inu betocha anshe midot v'sham ra'inu et hanfilim b'nei anak min hanfilim vanhi be'einenu kachagavim v'chein hayinu b'neihem.
Yasher Koach.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen, please. And thank you to everyone. It definitely takes us all to make Family Promise happen.
Each week in the presence of our Torah, we offer prayers for healing for our family and friends. To our friends at home, if you have loved ones who are in need of healing, please share their names in the chat now so that they may be included in our prayers. As a community this week, we are praying for Christina Vogel, Matt Mailhot, Raquel Lipkin, Ann Porteous, Diane Dakin, Randy Watkins, Gabby Lopez-Smith, Victor Altman, Samantha Porteous, John Kaplan, Barry Klein, Ellen Clore, Brooke Hall, Carmilda Tamez, Charlene Gross, Vicki Lindner, Chan Fong, Joseph Mayer, Leslie Hirschfield, Judith Platt, Sandra Dutcher, Jacob Tannenbaum, Barbara Nachman, Michael Sheets, Jay Bird, and Liam Ledesma. As I pass my hand around the room, please share the name of any of your friends or family that are in need of healing.
Bryson and Jaden Bartram.
John Schneid.
And we also add Julia Raposa.
The words for the Misha Bera can be found on page 23.
Misha Bera Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and a renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Amen. And we would like to add to those names already mentioned, Arlifa Burrell.
And all of us here who are in need of the same prayers of refuah hanefesh and refuat haguf, healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei hacholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, healer of the sick. Amen.
Amen.
And we continue with a prayer for our country and the state of Israel, page 8. Guardian of life and liberty, grant blessings to our country. Grant our leaders patience and wisdom. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and may we never be lazy in the work of peace.
Eternal God, grant blessings to the state of Israel. Protect your people, shelter them with peace, and grant them deliverance from the violence that surrounds them. May they live in harmony with one another and with their neighbors. May the bonds of faith and faith that unite the Jews of all lands be a source of strength and blessing to each of us and to all the world. And let us say, Amen.
And those who are able, please rise. Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Ki lekach tov natati lachem Torati al ta'azovu etz chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomchecha me'usha deracheha dachenoam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Kadesh Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
We remain standing for Aleinu on page 25.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol l'tekedu l'yotzer Breshit shelo asanu k'rei haratzot velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama shelo sam kalkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. At the conclusion of each service, we remember our loved ones who are no longer physically with us, but who, through the gift of memory, live on in our hearts. To our friends at home, if you are in the 30-day period of mourning or in the first year of mourning, please share your loved one's name in the chat so that we may bring their memory into this holy space. And for those of us here, if you are in the 30-day period of mourning or the first year, I invite you to stand and share your loved one's name so that we may offer comfort and support.
Lisa Bartram.
And we remember these loved ones who have a yortzeit, the anniversary of their passing in the week ahead. If I read your loved one's name, please stand so that we may recognize you. We remember with love my Aunt Jeanette Bay, Marianne Lipkin, Meyer Corin, Myron Way, Harold Jacoby, Walter Larson, Yetta Plotkin, Theo Lilienstein, Barbara Spoon, Bess Larson, Douglas Baker, Ernest Neustadt, Julius Berkman, Adiel Fischler, Lotta Fairberg, Sam Fields, Ann Corin, Tasha Statner, Kurt Schweiger. And this evening we are also remembering George Foley and Yolanda, as well as Joseph Tannenbaum, Eric Friedman, and Craig Corin. And Laura Lipner. And as we do each week, we remember the 6 million who perished in the Holocaust, many leaving no one to say Kaddish for them. We take them into our hearts with our own, and in solidarity with the mourners, we rise and recite Mourner's Kaddish on page 26. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach li'otei ve'amlich malchutei, ve'chayachon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'lizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudashah b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiram v'ilma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all of those who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. And it is my great pleasure to invite onto the bima our president-elect, David Neustadt. We have a few announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to Kathy, Jory, and Karma for leading services tonight, and thank you to Ari for connecting us with all of our friends who are celebrating Shabbat at home. Do you like to hike, fish, walk, cook, play games, go to the movies, or theater? Whew. Wouldn't it be great to make a few friends by sharing these things with other temple members? Watch this week's email for more information about forming special interest groups at Temple. Crazy excited and can't wait for Wednesday's email. Reach out to Steve Jacobs at, is this right?
It is correct.
Okay. I meant to email you. TISteveJacobs@gmail.com. Next Shabbat services will be led by Jory and Courtney Gwozdov and Karma. Please come and support our lay leaders this summer, and please reach out to Karma if you'd like to join this summer's Shabbat leadership team. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And if you're really crazy excited at special interest groups, Steve Jacobs is sitting right here in the first row, so you can hunt him down at Oneg Shabbat. I would also like to add to the announcements that we have already heard that, as we've heard tonight, our Family Promise guests are coming this Sunday. So a big shout out and thank you to Sharon Scanoni, who spent some hours here this past week getting all of our supplies organized and ready for us. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., Marianne Messenger, also sitting in the front row here, will be setting up our rooms, and she would love to have some hands to come and help her. So tomorrow between 10 and 12, it's usually a pretty quick setup. Please come on by Temple, and we will prepare rooms for our guests who will be arriving Sunday evening. And the very last Family Promise announcement is, since Sharon got all of our stuff organized, we realized that we are 5 twin comforters short of having a complete 14 set bedding experience. 14 is the maximum number of guests we will ever host. So if you are interested or you see something on sale, 5 twin comforters, ones that are great for kids, would be really, really appreciated. And that you could just bring them by Temple or order them on Amazon and have them shipped here.
That's
Anything
easy.
else?
All right. Are we ready for this?
I think we're ready.
All right. We're going to invite everyone to come out of your seats and join us around the bima as we sing a shout out to our friends in Israel. And the words are going to be up on the slide. Is that right? Oh, I guess you have to kind of aim yourself a little bit. See, so we're going to sing Am Israel High.
Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Chai, 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 Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai.
And if you haven't been yet, put it on your bucket list. So worth it. Israel is amazing.
Go the next time they do a trip.
And now we can come up closer and gather around the bima to join in a Shabbat Kiddush and a motzi. Any birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions this week? Anybody happy to be alive today?
Yes.
Excellent. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. And Steve Schermerhorn has baked a gorgeous challah. I had a sneak peek earlier today. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And now let's all turn around and wish our friends at home a Shabbat Shalom. Echad, shtayim, shalosh. Shabbat Shalom. Have a great week. We'll see you next Friday. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat לקראת כלה, בני פני שבת נקווה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני פני שבת נקווה לה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשנו תפארת ולתהילה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקווה לה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייכם לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקווה